Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, today I want to talk about this article. As usual, links will be right down below. The video that I'm going to talk about is right down below. And Dillon Danis, MMA fighter, is linked to his Instagram. It'll be all of it's right down below, or his X account or whatever. It's all down below. Okay, this is all about a video that's making the rounds. There's no name on this. We don't know who it is. It's some younger people, maybe in their late teens, and they're doing like a knockout thing, the knockout stranglehold. And you guys know I've talked about this before. I'm not a big fan of MMA. Since I've been clean and sober for the last over 17 and a half years, I really just can't watch fighting. I can't watch that. It's a trigger for the life I used to lead. It's something I just don't find enjoyable. I got enough violence back when I was using for 2 decades. So I'm not a big fan of MMA. But this Dillon Danis sounds like a decent dude. All right, so this is what I'm talking about. This video has been making the rounds, and like I said, it doesn't say what city it is. It doesn't say who, what the age or where it happened or anything. And it's one guy coming up behind another younger guy, and it looks like both of them are in on it. And the guy is doing a stranglehold on the guy in front of him, and he puts a stranglehold on. He pulls the guy up almost off his feet almost, and the guy his body goes slack. He passes out, which was what happens. And I give him credit for this. He kind of lays the guy on the ground. He doesn't just drop him face first, because I've done this many times, and that's what happens. And I want to talk about this because I stopped doing this when I had a horrifying experience. I thought I killed somebody. I just might have. This is what happened. I got in the habit of doing this as like a party trick. I got good at it. If you do, I'm not going to tell you guys specifically how to do it right here, but when you apply the pressure in the right places, it's almost instantaneous. It's almost like a magic trick. I used to think that. Like I said, this was over 2 decades ago when I was drinking and using, and at parties and gatherings, it would be, people would be like, "Oh, you can't do that," and I'd knock them out. And this is what happened. This is why I stopped doing that. Here, let me read you, though. Dillon Danis, the MMA fighter, I give this guy credit because he believes as I do now. It's a very dangerous hold. It's a stupid thing to do. Because if you don't do this right, if you don't do it exactly right, or you do it, this is the most dangerous thing. If you leave it on just for a fraction of a second too long, it could kill, maim, or cause brain damage to the person you're doing it to. And this almost happened. I learned my lesson. But this is Dillon Danis, his account on X. And like I said, the link for this will be right down below. And this is what the MMA fighter Dillon Danis said. He said, I'm a professional who's been training jiu-jitsu for 15 years and using the proper technique and knowing when to release. I also ensure someone is there to catch her so she doesn't get hurt. And I do this with a willing participant. And there shows pictures. I think he's doing it to Lindsay Lohan in this picture. I'll probably use this picture on the thumbnail. And like I said, the link to this will be down below. And he also said something about giving these guys lessons in jiu-jitsu or something like that. Okay, so this is why I stopped doing this. And this is what happened. It was at a gathering. It was a bunch of us guys together using in a house, basically. Smoking rock, really, was what was going on, which didn't make the situation any better because how that was already affecting the body. And the subject came up, so I decided to do my little party trick. And the first guy, he was a smaller guy. He's, you're full of it. You can't do that. So I put the hold on, and I was waiting because people fall forward when their body goes slack and they just slump forward. And if you don't catch them, they fall face first into the ground. And I caught this guy, but I didn't. This is the thing when you do this when you're inexperienced. There was a kitchen sink right in front of us. you know. So right at the last minute, as his body was falling forward, I realized he was headed face first right towards the edge of the kitchen sink, you know. And I tried, you know, I took all my energy, because when a body goes slack, that dead weight is incredibly heavy. And I took all my strength to try to keep him from going face first into the edge of the sink. And I did that, and I was stupid enough to continue. So another one of my friends, you can't do that to me. So I applied it to him, and this is what happened. And I don't know the specifics of what actually happened medically, but it scared the hell out of me. I put the hold on, and he fell, and he put the hold on, and he fell forward, and I couldn't hold him. Like I said, that dead weight, it's amazing how heavy a body becomes when a person goes unconscious. That is just like a sack of cement. And I let him go, and he fell forward and hit his head on the wall, like a wood paneling wall. And he slumped around sideways, so he was looking back at me. He slammed into the wall head first, and then kind of slumped down, and his body slid around, so I could see his face. And this is what I saw. His eyes, there was just a blank, unblinking. I've never seen I've never looked a dead person in the eyes, but that's what I saw when I looked at my friend. He was laying there. You couldn't see his chest moving. There was no breath. His eyes, it was just dead eyes, a dead blank stare. And I'm like, I'm looking at him, and you can't mistake this. This is probably one of the only first time I've ever seen this look on this look on a dead person's face. And all of a sudden, after I'd say about 15 seconds, I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God, I freaking killed him. And I'm just looking at my friends, and they're just, the whole room's quiet. Nobody's even doing anything. We're all buzzed. And all of a sudden he goes, and you see, I swear to God, you see the life all of a sudden come back into his eyes. His eyes were open the whole time, but I've never seen, it was just a dead stare. They were blinking. There was no chest. It was a dead stare for about 15 seconds. And then all of a sudden he was just like, and his eyes, and it's like the life just came back in. And that was the last time, honest to God, true story, the last time I ever did that hold. It scared the hell out of me. It's amazing how close, when you do stupid things, how close you can come to changing your life and other people's lives in a fraction of a second. That could have turned out completely different, and I don't know how it could get any closer than it did. And that's why I don't do the stranglehold. True, honest to God story. Like I said, the links will be down below. You guys have a safe and happy Memorial Day weekend. I'm going camping Friday through Monday, and I'm going to be doing my videos in the morning, probably in the afternoon too, from the beach here in Connecticut, in the Long Island shore, Rhode Island, Connecticut area. And I'm going to be doing videos from the campground and from the beach. So that's starting tomorrow afternoon, after tomorrow morning's video. Have a good Memorial Day.